like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy. Yeah, that's who I am. Running your minds like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy. Take your pick. I'm rolling in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy. It's what you need. While you chase the crust and I take the lead. Living rent-free. That's my name. Go ahead, say it. Put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old. Well, here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm owning your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your mind so long. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
We called it last night, did we not, people? Holy hell. Max, yes, I believe. I think I got everything that you sent. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate, or sister. Could be either or, but I don't question. I don't question. Thank you, Max. No, I had already pulled most of those documents. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much, though. Thank you. Thank you, Max. Max is awesome. If you haven't checked out Max has been working behind the scenes and taking all kinds of heat from it. Not cool. Not cool. You shouldn't have to take all that kinds of heat. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Wow, my head just hurts from the BBB motion. Oh my God. You have no idea. And let's put it this way. The letter I have is epic. And I mean, it is epic, and as far as its length, I mean, you just slap that thing out there and it just goes on and on and on because of all the bullshit that he filed. I mean, it is amazing to me how much Max Labs is a brother. He's my brother from another mother. That's right. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Max. Yeah, it's and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. I mean, it might take the whole stream to just go through this because it's the rambling of a madman. First page is where he should have stopped. Exactly. I completely agree with you because I had to read this thing and it is so bad. And of course, the dumbass has to bring my name into it. I'm not part of this case. Does he not realize I am not part of this case? I'm not part of Jeremy Hales. That's not me. I am mocking constantly this idiot because He does not know how to file a proper motion. He doesn't know how to file a proper pleading. He doesn't know how to respond to a damn judge. This is the same bullshit that he pulled whenever he was going up against the grievance committee. If you didn't see the stream from last night, you'll see a lot of the same language that he used there. He used it here. Oh, letter first, please. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. No, I'll give you a little taste. You want a little taste of the letter? I'll give you a little taste of the letter, but I'll come back to it. Oh, I'll come back to it. Let's just I'll give you a taste. The first 2 pages is what you're going to get. The first 2 pages is what you're going to get. No introduction, no anything. We're just going to go straight and give you just that first 2 pages. Open letter to BBB, or should it be me? The polyflop defense is dead. Stop kicking its dead corpse. So here we are again, Bruce. Another filing, another self-portrait painted in broad strokes of victimhood and martyrdom. Signed lovingly with the ink of self-pity, you're a licensed attorney admitted pro hoc vice in a federal court, and after being ordered, not asked, ordered to bring your happy ass to appear in person for sanctions hearing on April 3rd, 2025. Your excuses for ghosting court like it's a Tinder date gone bad is this: it would have been too expensive, my family needed me, and the YouTubers might record me. You had one job: show up in court, that's it. Not write a manifesto, not turn a federal courtroom into a backstage of a YouTube feud. Just show your happy ass up. You started with an admission, the kind of forced humility that reads like a confession at gunpoint. There is no question that the court should sanction the undersigned for not appearing April 3rd. Wow. So brave, so bold, so irrelevant. Let's pause and clap for that one. Golf clap. Not because you owned it, but because it took you exactly 1 sentence from admitting guilt to crafting your own eulogy. You follow up with the legal equivalent of, I'm sorry you feel that way, except in this case, I accept the punishment, but let me tell you why I'm still the hero. And suddenly we're off to the races. 14 pages of theatrical wailing, clutching of pearls, and the sort of melodrama that makes days of our lives look like a C-SPAN. A submission so bloated with irrelevance, it might qualify as its own constellation in the anti-what the hell's galaxy of fiction. You didn't show up to a court-ordered hearing, full stop. You disobeyed a direct order from a federal judge. This isn't an ethical gray zone. There's no nuance here. You ghosted the court because you assumed the rules were suggestions that shouldn't apply to your sorry ass. The noble defender of the poor, defenseless YouTube villains and handwriting sign enthusiasts. Then, like clockwork, you started rolling out your sob story catalog like it's damn QVC special, financially crippling, family needs, fear of being on cameras. You know, all the usual excuses that every other lawyer in the country has definitely tried and definitely failed to use. And that's all you guys get. You have to wait for later. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, the taste of an epic letter. Oh, it gets better. Thank you. Thank you. I try to stay right on track with it. You know, I have to read these freaking pleadings and then go and really dig into it. Hail to the Chad. Starzy has got that image. That's awesome. I'm glad you like that, Starzy. Oh yeah. Thumper Harley. Oh yeah. Yes, I know that feeling. So let's dig into this bullshit pleading that he had here. A response to show cause order 128. The undersigned's attorney responds to the court order. Doc 128 to show causes why the court should not exercise its inherent authority and sanction him for failing to appear. Well, of course, there's no question the court should sanction the undersigned, me, Bruce Manskin, for not appearing on April 3rd. The undersigned's reasons for not appearing on April 3rd are not an excuse for disobeying the court's order, but it was his explanation for not being able to leave his family and practice. You just destroyed everything, any bit of goodwill that you might have gotten from the judge, just in less than 2 paragraphs. And you should have just stopped right there. You should have just stopped right there, because you know there is no excuse. You know that there is no reason. You know that there is nothing that you can say to shift the blame to somebody else for your own inability to follow an order as being an officer of the court. Why should the judge take away? I hope you publish this as a comedic novel. Yeah, it's a comedic novel, all right. And you know, someone reached out to me today and said, "Did you realize he named you in this filing?" I was like, "No, he didn't." I mean, I read through the filing. He doesn't name me. He was like, "Oh no, look at the exhibits." I was like, "Oh, that's right. Look at those exhibits." Yeah, the exhibits. He links to my YouTube channel. Really? Really? You want to try to bring me into this shit? What kind of garbage person are you? What kind of garbage person are you? But you only pull up what the hell stuff that I've been talking about. Why don't you show all the what the hell stuff that your friend McVile PP and what's his name, little Dick something or other? Why don't you bring up all of that they've been talking about calling Jeremy racist? Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you bring all that information up, huh? Why is that not brought up? The edging with part of that letter. Oh, hello, Chet. Yeah, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Absolutely not. The trip itself would have been financially crippling. Oh, let me break out the fucking sad violins for this shit. Sorry for the language. It's just so annoying. Oh yeah, here we go. Sad violin. The trip itself would have been financially crippling for the undersigned by taking him away for the second time in this case from his law practice. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the judge already said that is not an excuse. You signed up to be pro hoc vice and represent these people. It is not uncommon for someone that signs up pro hoc vice to show their happy ass up in court whenever requested by a judge. And it would have left his family at a time when he was needed by them. He also feared for his safety. Safety? Really? What safety? My wife is not a very statuesque woman, let's put it that way. My wife is rather short. And she's had 6-foot plus men get up in her face and threaten her with violence. And in court, she's had a bailiff escort her in and out of the courthouse. She gets in her car and she leaves. You can always request that. No. Bruce wants to falsely claim that he had security. We know that's not true. He also feared for his safety, with the plaintiff and the number of other YouTube channels sensationalizing the April 3rd hearing, as some of his zealous followers vowing to attend in person. Really? Did you guys? Were you guys doing that? Poor Mrs. Polyflop is having issues with downward-facing dog and only 3 healthy limbs. Bruce has to spot her yoga classes. Yeah. One close associate, of the plaintiff lawyer, YouTuber. Do you guys Buckle up. Traveled with his fiancée. Pretty sure that's not true. From Kentucky to cover it for his YouTube channel of 500,000 subscribers. Okay. That's how this works, dumbass. You wanted all this fucking attention. You wanted all of these people to come and listen to you. You invited these people to interview you, to talk with you, to converse with you. And now you're freaking out because, oh my God, they're going to show up and actually be there. What is wrong with me? Kitty Pants. Thank you very much, Kitty Pants, for becoming a member. That's a cute name. I like that. Kitty Pants. I don't know. I guess not. I mean, that could sort of be taken the wrong way. Kitty as in meow, 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 meow. Jesus. Shame on you. That's awesome. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you, Kitty. I thank you for it. Oh, that's a cool tattoo. I like that. Nice tattoo. Thank you for becoming a member. The judge didn't read past page 1. Oh, yeah. DUI guy confirmed. He's not engaged. Yeah. That's sort of screwed up. Paid for security escort on December 19th. $700. Really? You paid $700 for security. Yeah, even everybody that was there could probably attest that you didn't have security. I'm pretty sure that the judge will even say, you didn't have security. What are you talking about? The undersigned was also fearful of being involuntarily videotaped and photographed for YouTube content for the plaintiff and other channels profiting from the coverage by mocking, defaming the undersigned. No, that's the thing. You weren't about to be. The fat fleas were security. The fat fleas didn't show up last time. Why would they show up this time? They can't get away from their cheese poofs too long to actually show up to do anything. I mean, they can drive somewhere and they can show up, but as long as there's going to be some free barbecue, they'd be good to go. Because the bacon is so good. She wears the skin. Notwithstanding these explanations, the court's lawful orders cannot be open to the lawyer's subjective determinations of whether the reasons for disobeying are excusable. The undersigned will not attempt to argue he should not be sanctioned because he doesn't believe that. Okay. And that's where the judge should stop. Okay, if you're not going to argue that he shouldn't be sanctioned, then what is the rest of the bullshit that you filed? What is all of the bullshit that you filed? If you don't believe that you're in agreement, I should be sanctioned. Spank me, Judge. Spank me. If that's your belief that you should be sanctioned, you should have stopped right there. Because you can say there was no excuse for me not showing up. But what does he do? No. Bruce can't let that go. He has to dig in twice as hard. Free donuts. There's not free donuts there. I need more free donuts. I need to really dig into the big, Krispy Kreme. It's going to be so good. I'll just choke that thing right down. So why can't the 21-year-old help her mom and take sister to band practice while Bubbles goes to Pensacola to get bent over by the judge? Does not make sense. I mean, you pretty much explained it right there. Because there was no point in me going because I was going to pull out anyway. However, there should not be any however. You haven't given any reason why the judge shouldn't sanction. You actually have given the reason more of a reason to sanction your happy ass. However, the undersigned and his clients believe it is relevant. No, there's nothing relevant here. Because the judge doesn't have to read 14 pages of your bullshit to realize that anything that you have is completely irrelevant. All that follows is him spewing garbage. That's it. That's all that is. Him spewing garbage, half-truths, lies, things that he can't prove whatsoever. And the judge, I don't think is going to take too well to all of this. No, don't you worry about it, Grandma Joka. It is one of those that you don't want to piss off a judge. But what does he do? No. Bruce digs in. However, the undersigned and his clients believe it's relevant to the court's determination the nature and degree of sanctions. Nature and degree of sanctions? They're, son, you filed frivolous shit yet again. And you're telling the judge how to do his job. Yeah, he could fly in and out on the same day. Absolutely, Kippy. He could fly in and out on the same day, and he could fly Spirit Airlines. And let me tell you the interesting fact. At the point in time that the judge told him to be there, it would cost him $78 to fly Spirit Airlines. And flying back home, it would cost him $78 to fly back home. And he could have done it all in the same day. Yeah. Afraid of arrest? How can he be afraid of arrest? There's no way he would be arrested. His clients, they fired him. They didn't fire him. What the F? Yeah. No, he's already said that he hasn't been fired. Hey, Shelly Huckabee, good to see you. How you doing? Good to see you. The whole thing sounds more like a closing argument instead of why he was not there. Yeah, he doesn't know how to plead properly. If he even actually wrote this, just saying. How he came to be in this position. Well, I like to get in this position because, it just loosens it up. And the toll this case is exacted on him. His practice and his poor, pitiful little life. Oh my God. Son, you took on this case. You took on this case as because, and he's making it very clear that, hey, good to see you, Debbie Webb. Good to see you. My mom died. My mom didn't die. Good to see you, Debbie. He took on this case because he thought deep down inside, well, Jeremy doesn't want to go through all this litigation. He'll settle. I can get money from these poor indigent people. They'll hand over money because he's going to settle. I think we can get him for $100,000. He'll pay $100,000, and it all goes away. And you'll get your money. I'll get my money. He'll settle this thing, and then we can just walk away from it, and I can go back to my wonderful family in Albania, Armenia, whatever. That's what he wanted. He thought this was just going to be, this would just be a quick little settlement. Get this guy, he doesn't have time for this shit. Oh, yeah. And how wrong he ended up finding out. Early Fox Raider, welcome. Well, his wife, his practice, and his life due to conduct in the plane. Now, if you guys weren't here last night or the night before, I forget, time is but a social construct. I will tell you, this is the same thing that he played before. It's interrupted my family, my practice, my life. Oh, woe is me. due to the conduct of the plaintiff outside of the litigation and his counsel in it. And his counsel in it, and his counsel in. I'm sorry. I have to pause the music here because there's no sad music here. Okay. How he became to be in this position at the toll of this case is exact. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Due to the conduct of the plaintiff outside of the litigation, he has a business to run. So basically, Bruce is saying, you should be showing up over here and you should be like worshiping me because I'm so smart. And of his counsel in it. And here he goes, trying to add Randy back into it yet one more time. I ask you, Chad, and all you, little what the hell's fucktards, what do you think? How many times have you seen Shock It show up on a YouTube channel? How many times have you seen Shock It in my chat? How many times have you seen Doreen in my chat? How many times have you seen any of Randy Shockett's team coming into my chat, hanging out, chatting it up, stirring up shit, talking about the case, sending a whole bunch of files over? How many times have you seen that? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I don't think anybody's going to be able to come up and speak up on this because Randy doesn't involve himself with anything that's outside of the court pleadings. He counsels his client as he did last night or yesterday. I forget. Like I said, social time is a social construct that I don't quite get. He told him, maybe it was on Sunday. I think something like that. Yeah, I don't want you to tell who the person is. That's the mole that has all the information. Yeah. I am pretty sure that Randy counsels him quite often on what to say and what not to say. And there's certain things that Jeremy will talk about and certain things he won't talk about. The undersigned volunteered to help indigent involuntary defendants get right back up against that. Okay. Against being targeted on YouTube. You're talking about people that you've even agreed that have defamed Jeremy. Yeah, right there in deposition, you agreed that they defamed Jeremy. And didn't stop there. You actually promoted them doing it even more. And then you piled on top of it. And then you reached out to other YouTubers to continue on with that kind of defamation. You did it so much that you got your happy ass into a second lawsuit, moron. Good fucking job. Way to go. Got yourself involved in a second lawsuit because you decided to go on the freaking attack. Okay, moron. It would be impossible in a single filing to fully show the extent to which the plaintiff has made defendants Preston and Cook into involuntary. No, they volunteered for this shit whenever they wouldn't shut the F up. That's the problem. Whenever they decided to go on the attack of Jeremy, they defamed him. They posted signs all over fucking Otter Creek. They also went and created Facebook pages, defaming him even more. They attacked his business, and your little group of miscreants has attacked him also. They volunteered when they didn't follow the cease and desist. Exactly, Kathy Stewart. They were the ones that got it going. Fools be fools. Evening, Gordon girl. You doing? Good to see you. Involuntary characters in this YouTube bad neighbors storyline, but they created the storyline by being bad neighbors. See Exhibit 1. It's a sampling of over 200 videos. A sampling. I don't want a sample, son. I want the whole damn thing. of over 200 videos using the defendants for income-generating content since May of 2023. Involuntary subject of physical stalking in their daily lives, so much so that they got a restraining order against them in Ohio. It's not a storyline. That's exactly. It's an expose. It's exposing them for the kind of shit that they were pulling. Yeah, he doesn't understand what it is. Early mug raid, Emma Washington, as always, coming in with that beautiful super chat, slapping it around, waking it up, making it feel so good. Thank you, Emma. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Oh, I love the super chats. It makes the whole ecosystem go ballistic whenever I receive them. But I will tell you, the glorious part of it is that you guys make this channel really. You make it do really well. Early mug raid, evening shizzy in chat. Welcome. Involuntary subject of physical stalking in their daily lives. We have exhibits. Compilation of the plaintiff stalking the defendants and making content from, including filming over the defendant's privacy fence. Well, that's easy to debunk right there because we've already seen that the privacy fence is not a privacy fence. All you have to do is watch the video of the sheriff's deputy showing up and telling her, "I'm sorry, that's not how a privacy fence works. You're open to three other sides. Just having a fence there there's no expectation of privacy. Sorry, sweetheart. F off. We know that this doesn't work." And involuntary litigants in several other courts in Exhibit 3, some of the dozens of court update videos. Okay. That happens. Court TV does it. What is it? Law and Crime. Almost every other place does the court update videos. Those are all over the place. He doesn't like it, though, because I can't spread my lies if everybody's talking about it. It's also impossible to show the full extent and the effects of the plaintiff targeting on the undersigned in this family. How did this become about you? I don't think I've ever targeted your family. I've targeted you for being an idiot and made jokes about how stupid your pleadings are, like I'm about to do tonight. Yeah, thumbnail cases next week. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff coming up. Just came over from Megan Shizzy. Don't forget garbage day in the morning. Oh no, I've already taken out the garbage. So I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about it in the morning. He wants you to talk about it. Wait, he does not want you to talk about what it is at. Oh, the undersized family make YouTube content for entertainment and profit. No, I do this for entertainment. I talk about it for entertainment, and you make it even more so entertaining, Bubbles, by filing stupid shit like this. You know, if you just learn like the thing, maybe one of the Kenkel twins will build it for you. It's called a ball gag. You put that thing, shut the F up. Yeah, you're not intelligent enough to actually file good pleadings. Since May of 2023, the plaintiff has propagated a bad neighbor's storyline. No, you propagated that. Every single thing in here you have propagated, Bruce. Every single thing. Oh, the content generated from the Bad Neighbor saga, especially the litigation-related content, is a major source of income for the plaintiff. And in May of 2024, the undersigned watched the plaintiff on his YouTube videos boasting about suing his neighbors, Preston and Cook, to take their land. That's not true. And that they have no money and would be defenseless in federal courts to stop him. That's not true either. None of this is true. What they said was she can have fines levied against her, and this is how it works. I've even explained this on my YouTube channel. Why? Because that's the kind of law that my wife practices. I know about some of these things. Yes. Deuce foreskin is going to piss off the judge with his filing. All he wanted Deuce was to tell him why he shouldn't be sanctioned out the wazoo and why he decided not to appear in court like a effing coward. Absolutely, Janice. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. This is exactly true. This is exactly true. This is exactly the crux of all of this. And then he's going to whine and complain, but he's a coward. That's the beauty of it. He is an absolute coward. See, he wanted everybody to talk about this case. I want everybody to talk about this case. I want everyone to know about this case. All we need is some people to talk about this case. And then whenever they talk about it, stop talking about the case. You're making me look bad. That was his response. That was his response. Deuce foreskin is going to piss off the judge with this. That also he's trying to plead a case. In May of 2024, the undersigned watched the plaintiff on his YouTube videos. Oh, really? You watched all those YouTube videos, posted about suing his neighbors. No, he talked about suing his neighbors, take their land. That's not true either. And that they have no money, would be defenseless in federal court to stop him. That's not true either. YouTube subscribers about this and other legal actions against the defendants and his plans to use present action to take their property. That's not true. That's an absolute lie. Linehead and Cook are headed back to court, not just in Ohio, not just in Florida and federal court, because they can't shut the F up, just like you, Bruce, in court. So we have now many court cases right now. We're in Ohio court for contempt of court, and they've been found guilty for contempt of court now. Yes. They're going back. As a matter of fact, we filed, they'll be served here soon. And we're asking the courts to mandate that they must be there in person, that they have to show. And if they don't show, then there can be a warrant for their arrest. Now, there are those going to say that Florida won't extradite them to Ohio. Okay. Here's the thing. If you start effing around with people's money, start attacking them, don't you expect these things are going to happen to you? So there are lots of different questions around the federal case. What's happening there? Well, depositions are going to be happening here within the next month. Crook and Lane that will have multiple days in Gainesville in the federal court. It will not be via Zoom, even though it will all be recorded and others will be deposed and mandated as well, or they will be in contempt of court. Yeah. Yep. That's how it goes. But of course, they weren't allowed to record. So what Jeremy said doesn't matter. What happened is what matters. This expert spans from the first 6 minutes and 40 seconds of the video. It is like, this is a preference to the plaintiffs having obtained a protective order in Ohio State Court against Preston and Cook for events allegedly occurring in Florida. And despite Preston and Cook never having been in Ohio, the plaintiff used it to consistently threaten Preston and Cook with contempt violence. Yes, because if they keep harassing him, he is allowed to do that. He is allowed to say, get the F away from me. Stay away from me. You're violent people. I have a protective order against you. They lost their rights due to their misbehavior. That's how a protective order works. Idiot. Wrestle me, don't care. Several other YouTube channels were one-sidedly propagated. One-sidedly. Oh, really? Several other YouTube channels, really. Let's get into that. Several other YouTube channels, because, of course, this is where he wants to reference yours truly. He wants to reference DUI guy. He wants to go after Tug, Megan. He wants to go after all of these people. Why? Because the little Peckerwood couldn't understand that I actually watch things with my own eyes and I don't have to have somebody tell me what to say or do. I do things that I want to do. I watch things that I want to watch. I discuss things that I want to watch. I do what I do, not under the thumb of some little Peckerwood that thinks he can control my channel. Sorry, you can't control my channel. Go fuck off. That's what they told him. He couldn't handle that. He couldn't handle the fact that I told him to go piss off, to go find the nearest electrode and jump his fucking ass off until I didn't care anymore. Because I don't care about him. I don't give two shits about him. I think that he is an absolute joke. And I'm right, and I'm able to have that freedom to say every single bit of that. I don't tell people to go bother him. I don't tell people to harass him. I don't give two shits about him. You know how much meaning he has in my life outside of YouTube and talking about these bullshit filings? Absolutely fucking zero. He affects my life none. Nada, zero, zilch. He means nothing. Do you know how much Jeremy affects my life day to day? Absolutely zero, nada, zilch. Jeremy doesn't tell me what to say. Megan doesn't tell me what to say. Yamaha doesn't tell me what to say. I say what I want to say. I do what I want to do. But he couldn't handle that because he lacks the be in control of the situation. It's all comedy to me. Yeah, there you go. You said the same exact thing. Same thing, Star Z. BBB is just comedy to me. Yeah, that's what BBB can't handle. We know he can't. He cannot handle the fact that I don't have to have anybody else to run my freaking channel. I don't have to have people feeding me bullshit. I have enough bullshit that I can feed myself every damn day. For Christ's sakes, I wear a fucking hockey helmet whenever I feel like it. Do you think that he told me to do that? Do you think it was anybody else's idea? Do you think that he gets a joy out of coming after an old man that's half retarded and think that he's winning? God, moron. That's what he doesn't like. And here he goes. The undersigned began to contact channels covering the story, offering to give an alternative view. I don't need an alternative view. See, this is the problem with people thinking that you need to be looking at things from all sides. No, all I have to do is look at what's in front of me. I'm an artard. I look at what's in front of me and I bite on it. I chew on it. I think about it, and I go, yeah, something smells fishy here. I watch court cases. I talk about the news. There's things that I watch that people are just like, oh, you're one of those guys. I don't care. I'm not going to watch you. Cool. That's fine. That's what this is what YouTube is about. You find things that you enjoy watching, you watch them, you support it, and you move on with your freaking life. This idiot doesn't understand that because his whole world revolves around, I don't know, what does he want to become? Famous? And what did he do? Well, he became freaking famous to what? How many people? How many people actually really give two shits about him? I mean, if I broke down the numbers, it would be surprising that there's probably less people that know about him than know about who was in the fucking Oscars last time they had Oscars. That's something I know I don't watch, so I can name you actors, but he has less people actually pay attention to him. Him and his whole little group of people, they have less people that pay attention to him than you would find at a bar on a Friday night. That's how many people actually give two shits about what they have to say. With me, oh, it might be like a larger bar. That's it. That's a small amount of people. But they come and they have fun. That's what we do. Mac and cheese, that's what he wanted. Yeah, speaking of, I did have some mac and cheese, a barbecue joint today. It was good. I only had half of what I ordered. I just couldn't eat too much. Reached out and contacted, covering the story, offered to give an alternative view of what the plaintiff was doing from a legal standpoint. From a legal standpoint. Like, if it's anything like what your filings are, I passed. I passed. Also, I didn't know who you were, and I didn't give two shits about who you were, because I was covering. I was watching with Mo in the deep end. Her and I, we sit down and we watch that deposition, and we were just astonished at the stupidity of this woman. She wouldn't answer questions. She hid evidence, destroyed evidence right there on screen, and it was amazing to us that somebody could be that willfully stupid. That's your client, Bruce. Did you watch did you watch that deposition? You want to argue the law on it, but did you watch the deposition? Did you see the stupid shit she did? You yourself have told her that she's full of shit, and you don't believe her, and you don't trust her, and you don't give two shits about the child. We already know that. We've seen the documentation that you don't give two shits about that child, which goes to show what kind of human being you are, because you're just more in it for the damn money. You were hoping to get a nice little payout. And guess what? It didn't happen. And now you've done everything you can to tank this case and get the fuck out. We'll just drop this case. VP is funny. The filing has absolutely nothing to do with why he should not be sanctioned. He's trying to litigate through filings and hopes and praise the great spaghetti monster, the judge. Exactly. Videotaping depositions is precluded. Yeah, we know that. So tell me, those, and cheers to you, because I had to have a drink after reading this bullshit. So you're telling me that although they're precluded, then tell me why it is that the fleas have been talking about having copies of recordings. That's going to be really interesting whenever they show that in court, isn't it? Oh, I guess you're going to have to go back and figure out which video that was from, aren't you, Bruce? You're going to have to go back and figure out what video that came from, that they were bragging about. Yeah, I saw the deposition. Oh, really? I wonder how that's going to work out for the judge. I wonder what's going to happen in federal court whenever all this stuff gets sussed out. Or how about whenever that person that's sitting there going, I have all the dirt. One of your little group right there, Bubbles, has all the dirt on all the bullshit. Do you think they're going to be able to show? Yeah. Yep. There's they recorded the deposition whenever they clearly weren't supposed to. Huh. What do you think's going to happen, Bruce? What do you think's going to happen to them? Hey, Bug Raiders, how you doing? Good to see you. The plaintiff ended up taking only 2, including Amanda Mark, demonstrating that the foiled purpose was to create video context. Huh. Including Amanda Martin, to prevent them from being broadcast on YouTube. Videotaping depositions. We already know that. Prevent them from being broadcast on YouTube. The plaintiff ended up taking only 2 depositions so far. You have to understand, Bruce, discovery isn't over. Discovery isn't over. So what you're saying here doesn't mean jack squat. Hey, Wanda Perez, cute puppy. Oh, Wanda Perez, such cute puppies. Such cute puppies. Thank you so much for the for being a member here for 6 months. That brings me joy. I love seeing that people have been here for quite some time. And in case you guys missed it, I did release a new video today. Actually, a couple of them, but one of them was members only. I do that with the music videos. I release those so my members can see those first. And the cool part is about becoming a member on this channel. It's absolutely awesome because it's less than a cup of coffee. This refers to emergency custody position the plaintiff was involved in orchestrating, generating months of YouTube content from. Now, this right here, all of this right here would be a grift that the Cankle twins have been running and are still running to this day. Except now they've shifted gears. Their little fundraising has been sort of side railed just a little bit. And they're having a hard time. They're having a hard time equating where all that money's going to. They're still pulling the wool over their eyes. They're still out there. They're still grifting it. They're still trying to raise money for whatever it is that they're trying to raise money for, because that's what they do. I.e., they're crazy. They live in squalor. They stalked me to Otter Creek to extort me. They're drug addicts, alcoholics. I'm pretty sure this right here is not what he's ever said, because he doesn't use that word. If you've ever noticed on Jeremy's channel, he doesn't use that word at all. He says they like to munch carpet, or they're rug addicts. Also, this is another thing that he's never said. Child is nonverbal and not potty trained. This is, I believe they said, we're not sure if the child is even potty trained. And by her own admission, she said that the child wasn't potty trained, that she's still using a lover of strong drink. Well, I am a lover of strong drink, but I also don't go out there and threaten people. That's not something I do. Cheers. I love strong drink. Devil's lettuce. Devil's lettuce. Yep. And string drink. Hey, Stacy. At the time, there was an extended, months-long grudge judge storyline targeting. No, it wasn't targeting him. He was doing illegal shit that got him pulled off the case. He was removed from that position. I love strong men. I have just strong men right here, Jenny 867530999. I will be your strong man. Oh my God, idiot. YouTube hosts being doxxed by them, mocking and attacking the undersigned for stepping in on behalf of the bad neighbors. No, we're mocking you because of your poor pleadings, because you can't shut the fuck up. That's why we mock you endlessly, constantly, because you don't know when to actually file a pleading that's worth even two shits. As proven yet again. We haven't even gotten to page 5. That's what Jeremy says of a crook. Yeah, absolutely. That's coffee. Hey, Megan Fox. Is Megan Fox in here? Oh, Megan Raid. Welcome, Megan Raiders. Oh, Fox Raid. Oh boy, whenever those numbers get up, we'll have to read the first part of the letter. We will get there. We'll get there. Me Raid. Megan, you really want to come in here for this? This is going to be brutal. This letter is okay. Let me explain something here. Because of this bullshit that he filed today, I'll put it out there. It is a 36-page letter. I won't even be doing the whole thing. We couldn't even finish it. Oh, I'm 5 pages into it, and it's insane. I have 36 pages of a letter because of all the bullshit that I had to basically just go in and go through this whole damn thing and pick out every single little piece of it and call out the bullshit. I don't know why he named me in this crap. You wrote a 36-page letter? Oh yeah, sweetheart. 36 pages. 36 pages. I had to go back in, edit, correct mistakes that I made in it. It is 36 pages of unfettered, slap your mammy kind of attitude. I mean, it's vicious. Megan and Tug Raid, welcome. You're gonna have to pay Yamaha for that shit. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yamaha is he's not able to make it tonight. He said he might be able to join in later, but he's like, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it. 3D world takes priority, so that's completely understandable. But yeah, 36 pages of complete and unfettered slapdown. Shara Michelle. To me, Attorney Bruce Baskin, a brief synopsis of this case. I have been collecting records and evidence in this case for approximately a year. This case with Lynette Preston began during. Now, see, if this was such an important piece on June 2nd of 2024, why wasn't this discussed during her deposition? Why wasn't this brought up in the deposition? Oh, that's right. He tried to bring it up right here in the deposition. And guess what she did? Guess what she did? She called him out on this shit. Said, this is a letter that you forced me to write. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be, Megan, you can correct me on this. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't this a letter that Bruce wanted her to write? I'm pretty sure that's what this was. This was a letter. And she said, yeah, I wrote that because you asked me to write this shit. Miss Preston's liberties have been essentially stolen from her with falsified accusation of things she never did, according to police reports to prove her innocent. Yeah, because this reads just like Bruce would write. Yeah, it was the one he wanted her to write, and she disavows it now. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay. Made her sign it, and he wrote it. Yeah, exactly. This came from a video on May 30th, 2024, in which the plaintiffs counted on his fingers the legal matters in which he had entangled the defendants. No, that they got themselves entangled in. The bullshit because they couldn't shut the F up. Because they decided to go after how many people did they go after? Let's see. They went after Therese Granger. They went after DJ Radis. They went after DUI guy. I mean, they went after Jeremy. They went after George. How many people did they come after? Except they were trying to get a payout. Shar wrote that letter before she found out all the lies. Exactly, Tammy. No Florida counsel could be found to represent the defendants. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Actually, there's plenty of counsel that can be found to represent the defendants. But they would also tell their defendants to shut the F up. They also wouldn't be showing up on YouTube channels. Is that why you wrote their early motions? I mean, I'm curious. I can probably pull up the filings that they had early on. Is that what I need to do? Do I need to pull up those early filings? I think that's probably would be appropriate. If I remember right, there was a filing here somewhere in the very beginning. Maybe it was 5. Let me see. Was it 5? Oh yeah, right here. So if you look at this filing right here and you go down and you look at it and you go, oh, John Cook signed off on this. If you notice something here, that this filing looks very much like Bubbles' signature here. Isn't that weird? Isn't that odd that somebody would use that particular document and file that document that way? Oh my gosh. I mean, it's got the same font. It's got the same drawings in there. It's got the same spacing. It says almost every single thing. It says almost every single part of it is identical to somebody else's writings. Same font, same talk, same speak, same bit of citations, the same every little bit of everything. And I bet Lynette's looks like this also. But why is it signed defendant John Cook? Hmm. That's very legal of him. Does it have colons? Yeah, I'm sure it has colons. Yeah, right up there at the very top. Amazing how that works. Isn't that weird? It's almost like I got it. I figured it out. John Cook is the one that's writing all these pleadings. That's why they sound so stupid. John Cook is the intelligent one here. He just got Bruce to come in and he's writing all of these pleadings and Bruce is filing them. John Cook is actually a fucking genius. He's smart. He's smart. He's the one filing all this stuff. He's writing it. That's exactly what it is. John Cook is the smart one right here. John Cook writes all of Matskin's pleadings. Matskin can't even fucking write. That I've figured it out. Jesus fucking Christ. I am so smart. Why did I not figure this out early on? John Cook and Lynette together, they make a whole fucking brain. They're able to, their combined intelligence in writing a pleading. Oh, they're Bruce is just the puppet. I got it. Bruce is the fucking puppet because they know how to file a fucking pleading. Oh, it's amazing. I mean, not only is she an ex-stripper, but on top of that, she's a preacher. She runs a turtle rescue. She and John can write pleadings. Oh my fucking God. These people are amazing. We should worship at the nasty, stanky feet of Lynette Preston because man, oh man, she knows how to write a pleading. Oh, jeez. I'm just amazed at this. I'm amazed she knows how to write a pleading. I mean, she uses the same damn. I should have figured this out earlier. Should have figured this out earlier. Bruce was just brought on to. He was the one that's taking the brunt of this. You know, we should feel bad for Bruce because he was suckered in by Lynette and John Cook. Yeah, they suckered him right in there. And they started writing all of these pleadings, and he's the one going to take a fall for this. They also did it to Stark. Oh my God. They are bright. They are so smart. They even got Stark on the line for it. What nail? What head? My nail, my head. They are, oh geez. They've got it down. They just play stupid on YouTube. They play stupid on Facebook. They play stupid everywhere else in life except for whenever it comes to court filings. Man, they've got that shit nailed down. Their blessing box of rotten food. I know. I mean, come on. It's a way to keep people off of them. I had to learn this Dirk Bacon slot. Oh my gosh. They're the smart ones. Since then, the undersigned and his wife's lives have been turned upside down. It doesn't matter. You signed up for this crap. You signed up for this crap, Bruce. You are the one that did this to yourself. And you wonder what the hell happened. Because you thought this was just going to be a really quick settlement. That's what you were hoping for. You're like, oh, this guy, he's got a business to run. He doesn't want to deal with this crap. He'll just write a check. I'll get 20, 30 grand out of it. All I got to do is file a little bit of a pleading, put in a sob story. Oh, but it didn't happen that way. Didn't happen that way. You were thinking, oh, we'll give this guy bad press. You know, you and your little boy toys over there. What do you call them? Little Dick and little Chuck or Mick or whatever. I don't know. Mickey on Dick or I don't know. I forget what you call them. But those two guys right there, you even suckered those fuckers in, didn't you? You brought them in because now what are they doing? Oh, they're writing for you two now. See, I'm telling you, Bruce isn't smart. Everybody, he surrounds himself with smart people. He needs a helmet like this. Bruce, you need a helmet like this because it'll help with the RTAR vibes. I mean, because if Little Dick has to write these for you, and John Cook and Lynette and what's his name, McVile, PP, whatever, these guys have to do all the writing for you. I mean, they're doing all the hard work. You're just the idiot, but that's taking the brunt of all of this, and now it's affecting your wife, your kids, or I don't know. They're it, these people are ruining you, Bruce. I feel bad for you. I mean, I would have you on, except the only problem is I don't think you can keep up. My short bus drives way too fast, and it's not really any fun to watch somebody like, panting along, running behind the bus like a little lost puppy. It's so sad and disappointing, but I do feel for you, Bruce. Oh, these false accusations, contrived motions which serve the dual aims of consuming time and generating litigation-related content. Let's see. I'm at page 7 right now. Can you imagine that, Bruce? Here I am at page 7, and I still haven't even gotten halfway through the damn thing. And you still have not given a judge a reason to not sanction your ass. You've actually said, spank me, judge, spank me. Make it hurt. I want to be disappointed, just like I am every single time I look in the mirror. Married was one of the biggest movie stars of all time. Yeah, Debbie Reynolds was awesome. I'll tell you, I got to meet Debbie Harry. She had the I think it was Bare Naked Ladies. That's a band, right? I'm kidding. Bare Naked Ladies were opening for her. They were doing the reunion tour. Her husband was suffering from some cancer, and so he wasn't there. But the whole band was there for Blondie. It was pretty cool. I got to talk with Debbie Harry. I didn't realize how short she was. She was very, very tiny. Very nice though. Very nice. And that's why he couldn't go to Florida. He lost the safety helmet. Exactly. Now you got it. That's exactly why Bubbles couldn't go. His safety helmet, it was still in the washing machine. He figured it out afterwards. He's like, oh, my safety helmet's in the washing machine. Run, Forrest, run. Faster. Harder. Deuce wasn't suckered in. Deuce inserted. Well, he keeps saying that he's afraid of insertion. Maybe that's why he doesn't have any kids of his own. I don't know. I mean, geez, that'd be what it was. The insertion was just too much. It doesn't help whenever you know can't get it up anymore. It's not a good thing. They do make a pill for that, but I guess all the anxiety and stress are just too much for him. Either that or the pegging might be hurting quite a bit. He blew smoke up Lynette's ass and told her to get Jeremy. He'd get Jeremy to settle. Liar. Jeremy will never settle with these cretins, and he shouldn't. If he doesn't want to, he should run his show exactly how he wants to run his show and do his thing how he wants to do his thing. And that's the problem. Bubbles can't understand that. People don't have to be able to start the movie business in 1930. What is about his crystal killdozer? Shame on you. Were you over on The Expert not too long ago? That's funny. Cook is cooked and a wannabe lawyer. Cook is so smart though. He's like a genius. You just don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by his gruff demeanor. He's so smart. He's so smart, and he gives good back rubs too. And the pegging, oh, geez. PPP lyric to Jemba, tragically hip when your sperm count is low. Well, whatever his sperm count is low, it's because he's been swallowing too much. The extortion claims have already been dismissed because allegations were based on non-actionable statements falsely labeled extortion. He has no evidence of any actions by either defendant to tortiously interfere in any customer contract. Actually, he does. He has all of the evidence of you tortiously interfering in his customers' contracts. Yeah. The bullshit that you tried pulling by contacting whatnot. Yeah, that right there. The bullshit that you pulled by saying, Pinky swear I won't tell anybody about what goes on in his business. Yeah, those aren't good enough. Because as we can tell by your writing and all of this shit right here, that you cannot be trusted, that you lie, that you twist things, and that you're free to spew shit out of your mouth into other people's ears that does not need to hear that. Therefore, you don't swear anything under being perjured, and you would do bad shit in a fucking heartbeat, like go after his whatnot. Oh yeah. But you know, it is that time. That time. We're gonna dig into this a little bit. We're gonna give a little bit of love. Just show a little bit of love. We're gonna make it happen. You know what's coming. You can feel it. You feel it. It's just easing up right behind you. Just sneaking in. He's giving a little peek over the shoulder, and he said,
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
an open letter to BBB, or should it be me? This is part 1 of a possible 3-part letter, so stay tuned. The POLYFLOP defense is dead. Stop kicking its rotting corpse. So here we are again, Bruce. Another filing, another self-portrait painted in broad strokes of victimhood and martyrdom, signed lovingly with the ink of self-pity. You're a licensed attorney admitted to pro hoc vice in a federal court, and after being ordered, not asked, ordered to appear in person for a sanctions hearing on April 3rd, 2025, you're excused for ghosting court like it's a Tinder date gone bad is this. It would have been too expensive. My family needed me, and the YouTubers might record me. You had one job, you dumbass. Show up to court. That's it. Not write a manifesto. Not turn a federal courtroom into the backstage of a YouTube feud. Just show your happy ass up. You start with an admission, the kind of forced humility that reads like a confession at gunpoint. There's no question that the court should sanction my happy ass to undersign for not appearing on April 3rd. Wow. Wow. You're so brave. So bold. So irrelevant. Because let's pause and clap for that one. Go clap. Not because you owned it, because you took exactly one sentence for you to pivot from admitting guilt to crafting your own eulogy. You follow up with the legal equivalent of, I'm sorry you feel that way, except in this case, it's, I accept the punishment. Oh, spank me, daddy, but let me tell you why I'm still the hero. And all of a sudden, we're off to the races with 14 pages of theatrical wailing, clutching of pearls, and the sort of melodrama that makes days of our lives look like a C-SPAN. A submission so bloated with irrelevance, it might qualify as its own constellation in the anti-Hales galaxy of fiction. You didn't show up to a court-ordered hearing. Full stop. You disobeyed a direct order from a federal judge. This isn't an ethical gray zone. There's no nuance here. You ghosted the court because you assumed the rules were just suggestions. Suggestions that shouldn't apply to you, the noble defender of the poor, the defenseless, YouTube villains, and handwriting sign enthusiasts. Then, like clockwork, You start rolling out your sob story catalog like it's damn QVC special. Financially crippling family needs, fear of being on camera, all the usual excuses that every other lawyer in the country has definitely tried and definitely failed to use. Let's talk about that phrase for a second. Financially crippling. Buddy, you're not describing a medical emergency or a natural disaster. You're talking about flying to Pensacola. This isn't Everest. This isn't the Panhandle. We're supposed to believe a guy smart enough to draft motions soaked in condensation suddenly can't figure out how to book a fucking budget flight and show up on time? You claim you fear being filmed for YouTube content. Boo freaking who? This is federal court, not a middle school cafeteria. If you were that afraid of people with iPhones, you should have reconsidered joining a media-fueled smear campaign against a guy who lives on YouTube. You don't get to hide behind your keyboard for a year, help build the anti-what-the-hell's propaganda machine, then act fucking shocked when your Frankenstein monster starts to snarl at your door. Let's also be real about who you're talking about. Jeremy Hales isn't armed with a militia. Jeremy Hales is a YouTuber. That's not a defense. That's a fact. He's a public figure. He films, he posts, he monetizes. Guess what? That's legal. It's all called the First Amendment. Unless you want to try to relitigate the entire Bill of Rights, you may want to cool it with a pearl clutching over someone daring to speak in public. And yet you expect the court to believe you feared for your safety like you were being sent to Fallujah. The truth? You weren't scared. You were calculated. You thought you could skip out, wave your martyr flag, and control the optics, because that's what POLYFLOP is, isn't it? Purposefully dragging litigation through the mud until the story becomes so convoluted, so bloated with side quests that the context that no one even remembers who violated what. It's like watching a toddler break a vase and then just blame the wind. And you don't think we miss the anti-what-the-hell's dog whistles? Well, you can't resist name-dropping your ecosystem of enablers, can you? The grudge judges, the donut-swallowing voice clowns, the suburban golems with nose rings and a 2-pack-a-day smoking habit. You invoke their harassment like it's divine judgment, as if you didn't help script the first act. You sat at the table, you passed the notes, and now you want the court to believe you're an innocent waiter who tripped and spilled the soup. Let's get this through your thick head. The reason you're being sanctioned isn't because the internet is mean. It's because you disrespected the court, and you did it on purpose. All this melodrama about your life falling apart is just noise. Noise you crafted in hopes the judge would turn off his hearing aid. Your explanation is a pageant of irrelevance. The court didn't ask you how you feel. They asked you why you failed to comply. The answer? Because you thought you could. Because you thought being Bruce Manskin meant the rules were optional. That you were too clever for consequences. But here's the part that must really sting. You're not the main character anymore. This isn't your script to rewrite. This is a courtroom. And the final act is coming whether your understudy shows up or not. Since you dragged your personal life into this courtroom opera, Bruce, why don't we talk about it a little bit? Because this is Bruce me, Manskin. We couldn't get through a single filing without dusting off the old crusty overused family defense. It's like clockwork with you. Every time the court tightens the leash, every time you get caught elbow deep in your own procedural dumpster fire, here come the greatest hits, but my family. We've seen this before. Bruce, you've played it. It was so good. It wasn't good the first time in a grievance complaint, and it's not good now. This is what you do. It's your go-to crutch. It's the same limp dick excuse you trotted out last time you needed to hide from responsibility, the last time that you needed to justify a failure, the last time you needed to throw somebody else, anybody else on the altar to shield yourself from the consequences of your own reckless litigation tactics. And here you are again, serving it up cold, reheating last year's pity party like it's some new gourmet dish and the court hasn't already spit out. Let's not mince words. Your family isn't the reason why you didn't show up to court. You are. Your family obligations aren't some breaking news development. You've been dragging them out on stage like props for years. Every time the heat gets turned up, my wife's medical needs, my kids' anxiety, my home life, my finances, my law practice. Yeah. We've heard it all before. It's less new evidence and more reruns of a bad series nobody asked to renew. You don't get to spend months waging open warfare in federal court, inserting yourself into a highly publicized YouTube-fueled conflict, filing motion after motion after motion after a motion loaded with your venom, your bravado, and then crawl behind your family like a human shield when the consequences finally catch up to you. Nobody made you pick this fight. Nobody forced you to become the anti-what-the-hell's legal mouthpiece. Nobody told you to swing for the fences while blindfolded and drunk on your own narrative. This was your circus. These are your monkeys. But suddenly when it's time to show up, when the cameras are off and it's all just you, the judge, and the cold hard weight of accountability, you remember, oh, I'm a family man. And just to make sure the world knew how deeply noble and heroic you were being, you trotted out your wife's medical situation like a stage prop. Her torn rotator cuff, her daily needs, her sudden inability to function without you for 48 hours. Fascinating how that wasn't an issue during your other court appearances. Funny how this injury and these family obligations were apparently so severe, yet somehow only became debilitating when a sanctions hearing showed up your ass on your calendar. Almost like, what's the word? Oh, yes, it's convenient. But you didn't stop there, did you? No. You needed to crank up the martyr dial all the way to 11 because this isn't about your wife needing help. Oh, no. Now it's about your poor kids, their emotional trauma, their deep-seated anxiety about being without you just because their biological father passed away years ago. Well, how convenient. Where was this tender family man routine when you were helping coordinate the anti-what-the-hell smear campaign? Where was the fatherly figure when you were filing snide, bloated responses laced with sarcasm and personal attacks? Where was this loving, dutiful husband when you were busy lobbing baseless accusations and playing internet tough guy for clicks and clout? Oh, right, nowhere, because that, Bruce, doesn't get your sorry ass out of sanctions. But this is what makes your whole family obligation sob story even more pathetic. It's not original. It's not a one-time emotional plea. It's a busted, worn-out escape hatch you've used before because you have nothing else. It's your pattern. Talk tough, break the rules, get caught, cry family guy, beg for mercy. Step 5 is sue for monetary gain and throw the other attorney under the bus that you got to fill in your place. Guess what, Bruce? We're already there. The court sees it. Opposing counsel sees it. Even your anti-what-the-hell's cronies see it, although they're just too busy photoshopping your face onto their next community post to say it out loud. You've run out of new material, and it shows. But don't worry, Bruce. You weren't content to leave it at recycled family drama. No, you needed to really crank up the absurdity to 11. You needed to wrap yourself in full-blown paranoid and tell the court a bedtime story about how YouTube content creators were lurking around every corner, just waiting to jump out and what, Bruce? Film you walking into a courthouse? Let's talk about your next excuse, these safety concerns. Because nothing says fear in my life like a guy who voluntarily waded into an internet feud and then screamed for attention like a banshee for 6 months straight, shall we? And now we arrive at perhaps the most insulting section of your excuse-riddled manifesto. Safety concerns. Bruce, you really sat down, typed this out, read it back to yourself and thought, nailed it. You actually want a federal judge, a grown man with a lifetime appointment, to believe you were too terrified of some YouTubers with cell phones to show up to court. Really? That's your story? That's the hill you want to die on? Let me get this straight. This is you we're talking about, the same guy who has spent the better part of a year chest puffing in court, filing mocking plaintiffs, ridiculing witnesses, calling people idiots in public documents, inserting yourself into one of the most absurd internet soap operas this side of a Facebook true crime group, and now you want to tell the court you're afraid to show up. Well, please, you weren't afraid. You weren't in danger. You weren't even embarrassed. Embarrassed that the walls were closing in. Embarrassed that your procedural clown show was running out of steam. Embarrassed that you'd finally have to sit there in front of a federal judge and account for the wreckage you left behind. That's not fear. That's cowardice. Now let's put the final nail into this lie while you were here. You claimed you had to pay $700 for a private security the last time you were in court on December 19th, huh? Except you didn't. Nobody saw security. Nobody documented a security presence. No escort waiting in the halls. No personal guard in the courtroom. No shadowy protection detail moving you safely to your vehicle. You walked in like everybody else. You sat your happy ass down like everybody else. And you left your sorry ass out there like everybody else. Just because, like everything else in your polyflop defense, it's all theater. You're manufacturing ghosts to cover your retreat. And the irony, you want to play the victim of an online harassment while being surrounded by actual documented grifters, a seedy little orbit of anti-what-the-hell parasites who've done nothing but harass, lie, milk tragedy for cash, and internet attention. Well, let's talk about them, shall we? Let's talk about the Kenkel twins, whose entire brand is monetizing harassment, weaponizing live streams, mocking children, turning human suffering into super chats, donations, real champions of decency, Bruce, the same ones you wanted to provide an alternative view to whenever you were peddling your narrative about Jeremy Hales being the big bad boogeyman. Let's talk about Little Dick Paint Chip and his partner in crime, Darth Touch, still making revenge porn? Or are they helping you write your self-aggrandizing BS? Hell, those two couldn't write a true story if it came all over their faces, which I'm pretty sure it has a few times. This is your army, Bruce. This is the ecosystem you help fertilize. This is who you stand shoulder to shoulder with while crying in federal court about safety concerns. And what exactly did you expect to happen? That you could insert yourself into a public media brawl, hurl Molotov cocktails from the safety of a PDF, then act appalled when somebody shines a flashlight on you? You don't get to be both the arsonist and the damsel in distress, although you play a pretty good one. You don't get to orchestrate harassment by proxy, then ask the court for sympathy when you realize the monster under your bed is just your own reflection. Let's be clear. You didn't stay home because you feared for your safety, Bruce. You aren't in danger. You aren't being stalked by a cartel. You aren't Jason Bourne. You're a loudmouth civil attorney from Massachusetts who picked a fight in the digital sandbox and then started crying when somebody brought a camera to the playground. You stayed home because you feared for your dignity, or what little remains of it. You weren't done humiliating yourself, were you? No. Because let's not forget one of the most devastating ironies of all. The very people you thought were loyal to you, the ones you whispered to behind the scenes, thinking no one would ever know, they turned over everything, Bruce. All of it. Shara Wolf didn't just investigate this story, she lived it. She collected your lies like receipts, and when she realized you were just another carnival barker in the Anti-What-the-Hell's traveling freak show, she did the one thing that terrifies you more than a courtroom order. She told the truth. She gave it all up. She gave up the behind-the-scenes messages, the ones where you openly admitted you don't like Lynette, the one where you don't care about her child. All of the righteous indignation about defending the innocent neighbors was just another mask you wore for the YouTube cameras and the court record. Let that sink in for a minute, Bruce. While you were standing in front of the court waving your family man defense flag, while you were filing motion after motion claiming to be the noble protector of the weak, behind closed doors, you were admitting the truth. You don't care about them. You never did. Shar knows it, and now she's scared, and I don't blame her. because she's seen what happens when people in your ecosystem dare to tell the truth. She's watched how the anti-what-the-hell's content machine shifts into high gear when one of its own stops playing along. The doxing, the harassment, the smears, the whisper campaigns. This is your legacy, Bruce. You didn't build a defense, you built a cult that eats its own. You fostered an ecosystem where telling the truth gets you targeted, where showing receipts makes you a marked person, where stepping out of line means the same grifters you once supported will tear your happy ass apart for content and cash the minute you stop being fucking useful. And now Shara Wolf is living in fear. Not because Jeremy Hales told a story about her, but because you and your enablers showed her exactly how this works. Funny, isn't it? All the noise about your own safety, while the very people who trusted you have more to fear from you and your friends than they ever did from a YouTube video. That's the real story here, Bruce. You cried to the court about needing security. Shara needs security from the ecosystem you helped create. Because after crying about danger, after wailing about safety, after conjuring up your invisible security force, you pivoted into the most laughable justification of them all: financial ruin. And that right there is where we're going to cut this portion of it off and take a little bit of a break away from it for a second before I really lose my cool. Give me just a second. Because it's pissing me off right now. So give me just a second.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
All right. There we go. A little bit of a break away from that. Sorry, I had to take a little bit of a break. Just sorry. It's really annoying to me that you were not told as a child that safety helmet doesn't work very well if you don't do it up. I didn't wear safety gear as a child. Yeah, thank you so much, Emma Washington. He's so worried about his stepchild's anxiety, but he's happy to say a 5-year-old will get over abuse. Yeah. How do you think that he treats his own children or the children of another man? I mean, that's very nice of him to take over the responsibility of looking over another man's kids. You know, that takes some balls. This is a great letter. Oh, I'm halfway there, Megan. That wasn't even half of the letter. Just so you know, that wasn't even half of the letter. It goes on much longer. I think my song might give Megan nightmares with all those dancing noses. Ah. Ooh. And you know, I did actually write a song about the grifters. And I think if I can find it really quick, I'll play it for you guys because it's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. Let me see if I've got it. Give me a second. Let's see if I've got it here. It would have been. Is this it? I only have a picture for it. Yep, I only have a picture for it. So I'll have to pull it up here and get you guys to hear it because it really goes to show. Amazing letter, you never disappoint. Well, that was only part of it. That was only part of the letter. That was part one. Part two is still coming. That is, it might end up being the 3-part letter. It just depends. Yeah. Finish it. Oh, Megan. It goes harder than that. It goes so much harder than that. It really does. And I might finish it tonight, but we'll see. Yes, please play the song. Yeah, everyone wants to hear this song. It is pretty damn good. Give me a second. I'll find it here. Because I haven't downloaded it yet because I've got different iterations of it. I've been working on a couple of versions of it, but I think it'll be good whenever it's done. I just have to find it. Yes. And then I also, oh, that's right. I still got this one's done. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for the video to render on this one. And let's see. Let me open this thing up for you real quick. And because I've been trying to get this one to, come on, stop. There it is. And we're going to get this in high def. Download this thing right here. And I want to be, because this one's really good. I think you guys might like this one. This is off of Greenbacks and Griff tracks. It's gonna be really nice. Give me a second. I gotta find where I want to put this thing. Yeah, right there. Videos. Give me a second. Give me a second. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, so slow. So slow. Music. There we go. And there we go. Save it right there. All right. Save. Why is it doing that? Why is it done? No, that's not where I wanted it. I wanted it right here. Okay. Open this thing up, and why is it not? It's not working for me. There it goes. I have only seen one portion of it, so this is a little bit more. This is a little. Megan Fox, can you jump in and read some of Shizzy Daddy would like you to? Yeah, if she wanted to, but she has a life unlike me. So give me a second. Let me pull this up. Present, share the screen, and entire screen. I gotta make sure I turn on the audio for this one, and I have to mute myself whenever I do this. All right, so that's wrong side. That's me looking at you, looking at me. What is up with that? All right, present. Let's try that again. Share screen, entire screen. There it is. Now I got it. All right. There it is. Now we've got the whole thing. Let's expand this thing out as far as she'll go. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right, here we go.
They built a mighty fence, said it stopped the smell, but that story's stinking worse than a swampy well. Lying lawyer said we'll settle, no doubt, but turns out nobody's buying what he's shouting about. Oh, spin that yarn, grab the bucket, the grift ain't land, and then they just can't chuck it. Settle this case, but no one's quick. Buckets of lies, and it smells like tricks. Tricks. The fundraiser flopped, but they keep up the show, dragging kids and puppies just to make that dough. Lying lawyer sweating, his scheme's gone bust. Turns out his settlement can't earn the trust. Oh, spin that yarn, grab the bucket, the grift ain't land, and then they just can't chuck it. Settle this case, but no one's quick. Buckets of lies, and it smells like tricks. Tricks. They post sad stories, say the fight's still on, but the fence is built and the money's gone. Lying lawyer scrambling, trying to regroup, while he's knee-deep waiting in his own poop soup. Let's settle, he cries, it's the smart thing to do, but his partner's too busy spinning lies on YouTube. The stench is rising, and not just from the yard. It's hard to spin a tale when the truth hits hard. Oh, spin that yarn, grab the bucket, the grip ain't land, and then they just can't chuck it. Settle this case, but no one's quick. Buckets of lies, and it smells like tricks. Tricks. The fence is up, but the cash won't flow, and lying lawyers got nowhere to go. Settling ain't working, the jig's wearing thin. Buckets of grift won't save this spin. smart thing to do, but his partner's too busy spinning lies on YouTube. The stench is rising, and not just from the yard. It's hard to spin a tale when the truth hits hard. Oh, spin that yarn, grab the bucket, the grift they land, and then they just can't chuck it. Settle this case, but no one's quick. Buckets of lies, and it smells like tricks. Tricks. The fence is up, but the cash won't flow, and lying lawyers got nowhere to go. Settling ain't working, the jig's wearing thin. Buckets of grift won't save this spin.
Yeah. What did you think? Was that good? Was that good or not? Yeah, you guys like that one. That was a fun one. I didn't realize that video had finished today. It takes a while to render those things out, and that's what I was doing, was rendering that bad boy out. I couldn't help it. I had to show you guys that one. That one will be released probably within the next few days. But this one here is going to take a little longer for me to finish it, because there's so much involved in getting it put together. This one here is one that I put together, and I'm still trying to figure out which one I'm going to use. So why is that by Exhibit 8? So is that by Exhibit 8? It could be. Nice. I wish you'd go full Rammstein on one. Great song. Well, I do have another one for you. Let me show you this one right here. Now, if you're into a little bit more of the rap kind of stuff, this is gonna be for you. If you like some of the other stuff I do, you're gonna like this one. So check this one out.
Yo, you ever scroll through that trash and wonder who's real and who's just renting reality? Let's talk about it. In this house made up for content, fake beef cooking like a stovetop nonsense. Flashing lights, dirty fights, views jumping, but behind the scenes, man, ain't nobody bumping. Talk loud, act hard, mask on like a villain, but log off and they soft, straight chillin'. Selling trauma in a thumbnail frame, screaming truth, but it's all part of the game. It ain't real, it's a show. They fake the feel, they take your cash like hoes, bro. Just echoes in the feed, bro. Drama's the drug, and they fiend up. All that flexing for the screen, just grip trying to chase that green. They say I'm keeping it 100, but they edited that clip like a budget. Truth bent, realness for rent, and they wonder why the piece all spent. Common wars like it's gangland turf, while the money rolls in, what's your soul really worth? Clout chasing, snake pacing, saying it's for awareness, but they bank racing. It ain't real, it's a play. They talk tough, but fade away, shade of gray. Just echoes in the feed, son. Manufactured bullshit with no refund. Keyboard killers in disguise, but none of them say that shit while live. Don't let a thumbnail tell you who the villain is. They all play parts, same script, different clickbait. Ain't no loyalty in a live stream. Just who's next, sucker to bleed. Yo, scrolling through the circus, got clowns in the comments, talking big facts, but they ducking the conscience. Screenshots, lies, and receipts they rehearse, trying to kill each other just to get reimbursed. And the fans play jury, never see the strings, while the grifters pull triggers over made up things. If this is real life, then pass the remote, cause the show's all cap and leaving your ass broke. Echoes in the feed, can't hear the truth through the greed. Echoes in the feed, just views for the green, that ain't what it seemed. If you wanna see how fast to break them, get receipts and trace them, cause when you broke, it's your money they took.
Don't you think? It's your money. It's your money that they're taking. It's your money they're taking. You're loving this one, Shizzy. Yeah. Oh, I've got a whole bunch of them. Yeah. That's nice. Oh, I've got some really good ones on that. I've got a selection of about 10 different versions of that, and they're all just as good. Pimp Shizzy. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, some of them were hit a little bit harder than that. I love the jazz sampling in that. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Nice. Nice. Okay. Ah, I think I'll save the rest of the letter for tomorrow. Yeah, because it should be it should have Yamaha's wonderful voice in there. You know it should. You know that's what it needs. It just needs that nice, easy, that easy voice that just calms you down. Because I get a little too excited over it. I get a little too excited whenever I read. Sometimes. Thank you, everybody. What I'm going to do is because I'm probably going to cut out just a little bit early tonight. There's just so much involved in this. I've got a little bit of something I'm gonna grace you guys with. And this is really important. And I want everybody to give him a hard time as I'm gonna send everybody over to the expert. Okay. Shh, be really quiet about this. So we're gonna go over there. We're gonna harass the hell out of him. That man hit 7,000 subs. Okay. Good people. He's got, I'm looking right now, I'm looking to see what kind of panel he has going on over there right now. As if he's still on. He said he would, I thought he was still going to be on. Why that little bastard? He exited before that. I was going to send everybody over there to harass him, but it looks like he ended his stream. Why would he do that? Why would he do such a thing? 35 minutes ago he ended. Man, expert closed it off. He's already finished. He's already done. What the hell? That's not supposed to happen. He's supposed to be hanging out. I told him, hang out. I will come by, brother. I will come by. I wanted to go give him a hard time, but yes, it looks like we're just gonna have to harass MG. Yeah, that's what I thought he said too. He was gonna go for 7 hours. And it was nowhere close to 7 hours. 7 hours, 6 minutes, love, live. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I feel cheated now. I feel cheated. He was going to go for 7 hours. DEUCE and his mail order bride were without afraid of Jeremy stalking them. Why didn't he file for protective order? Well, because it's all fake. That's the problem. With him, it is all fake. It is not real. You have to remember, this was all about the money. This had nothing to do with anything that he was saying. Janice, I appreciate you. And I did get your super chat. Thank you so much, Janice. I hope you download all these letters somewhere where we can keep them for prosperity. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll probably make a whole playlist of just the letters, but I'm not done with letters. Just because whenever all the bubbles and what the hails and all that stuff is done, doesn't mean I'm not going to stop writing letters. Those letters will still be coming. Oh, they will still be coming so hard. They will definitely be coming hard. And I am looking forward to having more letters written, those nice open letters to other people, just to watch them squirm, because that right there, I think calling out their bullshit is what has to happen. It should happen. All their foolishness should get called out. And I am so aggravated that he bailed on me. Man. Now my heart's broken. Well, my letters will go down in history. Well, I hope that people are having fun with them. I mean, that's the point of doing these. It's to have a little bit of fun, to find some enjoyment in a serious situation. And I think that you guys get that. It's there will be more idiots right about when this is done. The world is full of idiots. Yeah, that's true. Exactly, Thumpa. That is correctly right. There will be more idiots to write about when this is done, because the world is full of idiots. I'm one of them. Can't you tell? I mean, for Christ's sakes, I wear a star-spangled. I mean, we're talking star-spangled. Look at all those stars on it. I mean, it's just shiny. I wear a star-spangled helmet. And even halfway stupid, I'm smarter than some of these other fools. That's scary. That's a scary thought. I think this response will get stricken. No, the response won't get stricken. That'll get put in there, but I can guarantee you that judge is not going to be happy. Doug, no, you'll just have to wait for tomorrow for the rest of the letter. You will have to wait for the rest of the letter tomorrow. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And tomorrow's Thursday. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. Rumor is Bruce could skip the country. Well, he's done it before. He's done it before. But as I said, everybody have a wonderful night. I do look forward to these nice evening sessions with you guys. I do have so much fun. Thank you, Meg and Tug, for sending all of these wonderful people over here tonight. I appreciate you so much. You're like absolute some of the nicest people out there, and I just enjoy all of this. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the morning and most likely tomorrow night. Have a good one. See you soon. Peace.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny, so grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread, I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy Daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow. Agenda will see me tomorrow. Same obsession, same effing thing.